In the back of the book segment tonight, Reality Check, where the truth sets us free. Check one. So there I am in McLean, Virginia, Saturday morning, signing 1,000 copies of A Bold, Fresh Piece of Humanity, when a guy hands me this letter. It's from the CEO of Washington Mutual, Alan Fishman, and it says, quote, "Our ratios continue to be well in excess of the levels that government regulators require of well-capitalized institutions. We also have an ample supply of funds on hand." Now, that letter is dated September 18th. Washington Mutual collapsed on September 26th, just 8 days later. Because of Fishman's apparent deceit, the man who talked to me and thousands of other Americans bought the stock in WAMU. They've now lost all their money. I believe there's fraud in play here. Mr. Fishman has some explaining to do. The factor has turned the letter over to the FBI and the SEC, and we are asking those agencies to investigate Mr. Fishman, who is rumored to be getting a $15 million buyout from J.P. Morgan Chase. Let me be clear about this. He better not. Same thing with the bank Wachovia. Just last July, CEO Robert Steele said, quote, "Our balance sheet and liquidity position are strong, and we are committed to keeping them that way." 2 months later, Wachovia was on the verge of collapse. Steele needs to be investigated by the FBI immediately. Now, we're going to stay on this story and let you know what happens to those guys and other CEOs who may have misled their stockholders. We're not going to put up with this, ladies and gentlemen. Check two. Sarah Palin's parents are not too happy with the media.
There's a sense that she hasn't been treated fairly by the media.
Someone said, well, they have to get to know Sarah Palin, but Sarah Palin, there's a good side of Sarah Palin. They're digging and digging for the bad side, yeah, and there is no real bad side. They're fabricating a lot of things, which I don't want to go into.
And Sarah's father speaks the truth. Check three. Actress Ashley Judd is no fan of the McCain-Palin ticket.
Senator Obama has a 100% voting record for women's privacy and reproductive health. And the only reason that McCain has a 0 is organizations like Planned Parenthood couldn't find a lower number. And a woman voting for McCain and Palin is like a chicken voting for Colonel Sanders.
Now, the interesting thing about Judd's statement are the words women's privacy. That's the new mantra regarding the abortion debate. Apparently, you violate a woman's privacy if you set any restrictions on aborting a fetus at all, or even try to protect a baby after it's birthed. If you do that, extremists will claim you are violating a woman's privacy rights. Interesting. Check four. The factor hammered NBC News for running a vile anti-McCain ad.
Melanoma is the deadliest of skin cancers, and the chances of survival if you have melanoma spread through your body are very, very slim.
Well, one day after we exposed that ad, NBC dropped it, prompting Bob Eugen in the Denver Post to write this quote. MSNBC has notified the ad sponsors, Brave New Pack, that it will no longer run the ad. The network's action came a day after national windbag Bill O'Reilly attacked NBC for running the ad. Now that just infuriates you, doesn't it, Bob? The fact that we were correct and you are a far-left loon, the fact that we can bring injustice to light and your nutty crew gets hammered, Bob? The Denver Post should be very proud to have a guy like you on the staff. Check five. The CBC apologizes because another far-left nut, Heather Malik, personally attacked Sarah Palin. The publisher of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation called Malik's piece invective, indeed. And check six. Saturday Night Live did go out of its way to be an equal opportunity blaster.
You support Barack Obama for President of the United States?
Let me just lay it out. I support Barack Obama. Is something I've heard from people all over this country. What this country needs is change. Come January, we cannot have the same president.
And that is Reality Check.